Okay, so yesterday you decided to be wealthy and you had a look at your money wounds. And yesterday we spoke about how those money wounds can actually be made to work for you. Today we're going to do something a little bit more confronting. What we're going to do today is have a look at your spending. Now remember, these are 7 days to change your life when it comes to money. So we're going to make big, uncomfortable changes because it's the big, uncomfortable changes that are the things that are going to help you grow. And I know it's hard, but I'm keeping it bite size and I'm keeping it absolutely doable for you at this time of year because you want the change. You want to be able to feel comfortable with money. You want to be able to have your money exactly where you know where it is, and you want to have your money working for you. And we don't get that if we don't know what it's doing. So think of money as energy that is going to fuel your life. And what we're going to do today is understand where that fuel's going, what are you putting into it, and what do you need to change in order to feel a little bit more in control. So let's start with the hardest thing that you're going to have to do for this next 7 days. This is the big one. This is the one where it all changes. And I've been doing this work with my clients for over 25 years. So I know it works. I just know that I'll drag you kicking and screaming there because nobody wants to do this. And this is how it goes. What we're going to ask you to do is look back over 6 months worth of your bank statements. It'd be easy to look for a week. It'd be easy to write down what you think you're spending. None of those things will be as effective as actually going through your bank statements. Not even close. So if you can use a spreadsheet, if you can use your banking programs, that's awesome. If you can't, hop onto our website, hop onto our YouTube. I will put a little explainer video there on how to extract the information so that you can go and just do what you need to do. But basically, if you can use Excel, you can do this. Download your bank statements in the form of a CSV file and then upload them to an Excel file. So that way you can see what the transaction was, what you spent, when you spent it. And you will start to see some patterns. And I've been doing this for 25 years. I can tell you that you will immediately identify some spending patterns that don't align with who you want to be. And it's that simple. I know that my spending pattern, when I went through this, I had 2 things that didn't align with who I wanted to be. I wanted to be healthier. And so therefore the amount I was spending on little lunches, little takeaway foods, all of that sort of stuff was not aligned with my values. And the other thing was drinking alcohol every night, buying a bottle of wine on my way home to have with my partner or to have a drink, like stopping by a bar or something on my way home where I knew people, obviously, not by myself. And all of those things created the chaos for me. So takeaway food and wine were my big ones. I don't know what your big ones are going to be. It could be Kmart shopping. It could be spending too much on your kids. Whatever it is, you're going to see a pattern in there because everyone does. And you've got nothing to be ashamed of. This is the most important thing to remember. You are looking at data. You are not looking at something that is a reason to judge yourself. This data is helpful because it shows us where your money's been going and how you can redirect it in the future. That's all we're doing. We're not using it as a form of self-criticism or anything like that. This is data. We need to collect the data because we need to be able to make some good money decisions, and the best way of making good money decisions is to have the data in front of us. When I discovered these things, these leaks in my money, the first thing I did was immediately stop them. It wasn't difficult. It wasn't challenging. The thing is, I'd been going along unconsciously spending. And that's what a lot of us do. We completely unconscious with our spending. Particularly we can tap and pay. We're not using cash anymore. There's a whole lot of things that we just go and buy. Tap, 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 tap. And that means that we're not actually conscious of what we're spending. We're not paying attention to it. If you got cash out for a week and only used cash, I promise you would have money left over at the end of the week. But when we're doing the tap and pay thing, almost so difficult to know what is actually in there and what you want to do with it. So don't feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything. Just do the thing. Go through the spending. Find out where you are spending your money. Knock out the things that no longer serve you. You are walking into 2026 as the version of yourself that you want to be with money. So knock out the things that no longer serve you. It will mean that pizza becomes a treat instead of every Thursday, but you'll be good with that, I promise. Then we're going to jump into that spending and we're going to see what is something that is a regular expense and what is something that's a not quite so regular expense. So spending on holidays, spending on Christmas presents, spending on birthday presents, any of those sort of things that aren't regular, we're going to put in one column. And anything that's regular spending, we're going to keep in another column, because we want to know how much it costs you baseline living and then how much it costs you for all the things that you like to do. You might like to have a coffee on a Saturday morning with your partner. You might like to go and do a flotation tank, go to big glam rock concerts. Whatever is your thing, that thing's important. Outside of normal, inside of everyday, you are looking at things and making the decisions. If going on a holiday every second weekend is what you do, then that's what you do. We'll allow for that. You don't have to change your life. What we're trying to do is trim the fat. What we're trying to do is get rid of those things that no longer serve you and then have a very good idea of what your base spending is, what your absolute luxury spending is, and what your wants are, what your desires are, the things that you don't have to do, but you will do. What we want to do is keep everything in its columns so that you know exactly how much you're spending. And that's all. That's all we're going to do today. We're going to have a look at your spending. So I want you to sit down, do it now. Nothing's stopping you. Jump in, do it now. This is how you are going to walk into 2026 newly motivated around your money. It makes a difference. Knowledge is power. And this data is the stepping stone for creating the you that you want to be. I say it all the time, but it's actually really hard to manifest money if you don't know where your money is at the moment and you don't know what it's doing. So if you treat money like a stranger, it's very difficult to bring more into your world. But if you treat it like the energy that it is, the fuel that it is, that's charging your life and giving you the things that you want in life, makes such a difference. Such a difference. So jump in. Go through 6 months. 6 months is a great amount of time. You can go through 12 months if you want. You could do 3 months, but don't do anything less than 3 months. It doesn't work because it doesn't give you a broad enough snapshot. So jump in, have a look at what you've been spending on. Know what your base spending is, your bills, your rent, your mortgage, all of those things. Your desire spending, your wants, you're going out for a wine, you're having coffee with friends, you're paying for the gym, all of those things. And then your luxuries, your birthday presents, your Christmas presents, your things that are just unusual, your holidays, anything that's unusual, that's not every day. And that's all I want you to do. And you're going to do that. And you are going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to show you how to implement that so that you can create a habit around your money instead of a budget. We call it backwards budgeting. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's going to change the way you look at your money. So jump in. And thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to see you again, and I don't want you to miss any of our 7 days. See you tomorrow.